Welcome, and thank you for joining me. For this practice, you're going to need a couple of blocks, possibly also a strap, it's optional. And we're going to begin by sitting in Virasana. So in Virasana, you're sitting between the heels, either all the way to the floor. For most of us, it's going to feel a little better to have a little height underneath your hips, just so you're not putting so much force down into your knees. So take a moment to set that up to settle in. And then as you begin to find your way here, when you're ready, close your eyes and begin by sensing inward into the physical body. As you settle into your physical body, gradually turning your awareness into and toward the space around you and the environment outside, and just taking in whatever's there, sounds, sensations. As you continue to land within the experience of your bodily environment, the environment around you, bring awareness to your breath. And sense the breath as it moves in and out as a kind of integrating element, joining, unifying all of the sensations, all of the ways that you feel yourself alive in the world in this moment. Continuing to sense the breath. The breath is a kind of potential for movement and for a sense of wholeness. When you're ready, you're just going to simply reach the arms out and float them up as you breathe. And you can keep the eyes open or closed. And as you exhale, slowly float the arms back down. And we'll just keep doing that just as slowly as you'd like. The arms may come up all the way. They may come 3/4 of the way. You may find with each breath that the reach of the arms changes slightly. So really finding an organic entry point for this thing we call vinyasa, this joining of movement and breath. The rise and lift of the inhale, and the release, drawing downward of the exhale. Inhale to lift, and exhale to release the arms back down. And as you open your eyes now, take the arms out to the sides, spin the palms out, and press the heels of the hands away from you. Feel that strong sense of bracing now in the upper back, and the broadening through the chest. And then from here, we'll scoop the left elbow right on top of the right. If your shoulders don't, if your shoulders hurt, you bring your hands right to your elbow or your shoulders. Otherwise, you bring your hands palm to palm and settle in here, hugging the arm bones in toward one another as you stretch wide the space between your shoulder blades. Imagining as you're here, the breath moving in the space of the upper back between your shoulder blades. Releasing from the bind, press the elbows wide again. And then sweep the hands back behind you, interlacing the fingers, angle the arm bones down and feel a nice lift through the chest. You can take your eyes up or you can keep your head more neutral. Releasing back, take the arms wide again, pressing palms of the hands out toward the sides. And then wrap the right arm on top of the left, again, either hugging hands to elbows or bringing the palms, palm to palm, and hugging the arm bones in. And then once again, unwrapping the arms, pressing the heels of the hands wide. Take the hands behind you, interlace the fingers, draw the arm bones back and down as you lift the chest. Bringing the hands in front of you now, interlacing the fingers, dropping your chin down as you round into the upper back. And as you come up, flipping the palms forward and stretching the arms up. And then once again, let the hands, palms down, drop onto your thighs. Let the eyes fall closed. Landing again in the body, the breath, and the space around you. And then blink your eyes open, move your block out of the way, just to lengthen now through the backs of the knees. Come onto all fours and stretch first one leg back, just gently pulsing the heel back to stretch the calf and to fully extend the knee. And then release, changing sides. I'm going to come right from here into forearm plank. So you'll come onto your forearms in a prone position. Set the elbows shoulder distance apart, the wrists shoulder distance apart. Take a moment to press weight into the inner wrists. And when you begin to lift, lift first the front ribs, the belly, the hips themselves, the thighs, and then lift the knees and hold and stay and breathe. Releasing the knees gently back to the floor, come onto the tops of the feet. And then gently lift your chest in Sphinx pose, drawing the shoulder blades down the body towards one another. And then as you come all the way down, bring your forehead to the floor and the arms alongside the body, forehead, palms, feet touching down. On an inhale, lift into a very shallow Shalabhasana. When you exhale, float back to the floor. As you continue to do this with your own breath, begin to feel within the breath the impetus for movement, how the inhales guide lifting, chest opening movements, how the exhales bring you back to ground. Keep going. And then the next time that you lift into Shalabhasana, stay. You can keep the hands as they are or interweave the fingers and draw the knuckles back to lift the chest a little higher and stay. Then release, hands under the shoulders, press back and into extended child's pose. With the knees wide, the big toes together and the forehead to the floor. Again, sensing and feeling
The potential for movement here, though the body is relatively still, the little bit of lift on inhale. The sense of coming back to the ground on exhale.
From child's pose, crawl forward onto all fours, and then begin to move through cow spine, cat spine, arching. Exhale in rounding. Inhale and arch. Exhale and round. Inhale and arch. And then turn your toes under, shift your hips back, come up into your first downward facing dog pose. Take your time as you feel your way into the pose. Continuing to cultivate your breath as a steadying guidance for movement. Eventually become more still in your dog pose. And from downward facing dog pose, step one foot and then the other to the top of your mat. Come into Uttanasana with the feet hip distance apart, fingertips onto the floor, the shins. Take a moment to just shift slightly, small micro movements that help you find the center of the pose, the sense of your own midline. And then coming back to the breath, inhale, lift halfway. Exhale and fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale and fold. Again, inhale and exhale. Inhale and come all the way up, taking the arms up and overhead. Folding the hands to heart center, and then pause for a moment. Hands at heart center, gaze steady. Hooking your thumbs together as you inhale, take the arms up, take a little bit of a back bend. And on the exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale to lift halfway. Exhale to step your left leg back and drop the knee down to the floor, feeling your way into a lunge. When you're ready, arms rise and then pause. Hands touching down, step back, come first into dog pose, first time through. Then from your dog pose, come forward into plank. From plank pose, lower to the floor, legs can be bent or straight. Curl into cobra, take a breath in, and press back into dog pose as you exhale. Take a breath or two here. And then from your downward facing dog pose, take the left leg up and back. Bending the knee, step the foot lightly through to your left thumb. Take your right knee to the floor, again finding your way, settling into a lunge here. When you're ready, rising up, bringing the arms up. And then hands touch down, lift the back knee, hop your back foot forward to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift halfway and fold, and then just pause here for a moment. So as we move forward through these vinyasas and variations of vinyasas, know that you can simply skip them and go right to dog pose. You might see me doing that. You can come onto your knees and opt for cow pose, cat pose. You can continue to drop all the way to the floor. You can come into more classic chaturanga to up dog kind of a sequence. Take one more breath in Uttanasana. As you rise up, hook the thumbs again, taking a little bit of a standing back arch before folding the hands to heart center, Take a breath in and a breath out. Hooking the thumbs the other way, if you can remember what that is. Lift the arms, look up, fold all the way forward as you exhale. Lift halfway as you inhale. Step your right leg back, tap your knee gently to the floor. Reach both arms up, look up if you'd like, palms to touch. Hands press down, and then this time step to plank, and you can either stay the course in plank or plank to dog pose, any of the aforementioned options for flowing through. Eventually making your way back to dog pose, where we'll pause and again take an extra beat, an extra breath. And when the right leg sweeps up behind you, stay. And bending the right knee, step the right foot through, drop the left knee down to the floor. Inhale, reach the arms, look up, maybe touch the palms. Hands forward as you hop the back foot to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale and fold. Inhale to rise. Hook the thumbs as you take a little back bend. Hands to heart and then pause. Good. This time as you inhale, take the arms up, look up, fold all the way forward as you exhale. Lift halfway as you inhale. Take it back to plank, move through or pause here, making your way eventually into downward facing dog. Many options. Then pause in your downward facing dog, take a breath. From your dog pose, take the right leg up and back, three-legged dog. Bend the knee and step the foot through, but keep the back knee lifted now as you come into a lunge with the back leg straight. Rising up into crescent lunge, pause. Taking hold of the left wrist, take a little gentle side stretch to your right. Come back to center, slide the hands down to Anjali Mudra. Twist to the right and hook the elbow over the right knee and twist right. Turning back to the floor, fingertips to the floor. You could use blocks here too, that's an option. Hop the back foot up into a half standing split. Keep a little bit of bend in the right knee, but keep the left leg really straight and strong. You can point the toes or flex, doesn't really matter. But keep a little bit of bend in the right knee. And then lower the left foot to the floor, bend both knees. Let the body round and drop. Press through the heels, rise all the way up to stand. Take two arms up, look up. And then again, fold forward as you exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift halfway. Step your feet back into plank and flow through, or stay the course, or find some other creative way to wend your way to downward facing dog, where we'll pause. And then from downward dog, left leg rises. Step the left foot through. Keep the back knee lifted. Again, pause to feel powerful reach of the back leg and dropping through the left heel. Then rise when you're ready, crescent lunge. Breathe nice and steady. Take the right wrist, take a little side stretch to your left. As you come back to center, hands together, slide to the center of your chest. Twisting, hook the right elbow outside the left knee, and then twist left. Turn back to face the floor. Hop the back foot into a half standing split. Keep a little bend in your left knee.
And then lower the right foot to the floor, 2 knees bent, head is dropped, roll through the spine, rise all the way up, take both arms up, and exhale to fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, move back through a vinyasa of your choosing. Pausing back in downward facing dog. And then inhale, the right leg rises. Exhale, the foot steps through. Inhale, crescent lunge, grab the wrist. Exhale, side bend right. Inhale, hands slide to chest. Twist to the right. Exhale, take an extra breath here. Then when you turn to face the front, keep the hands in prayer position. Keep the bend in the right knee and lift into variation warrior 3. So the right leg is a little bent, the left leg is decidedly not. Then from here, fingertips to the floor, the blocks. Now you can straighten the bottom leg as you lift toward a standing split. Lower the left foot alongside the right, bend both knees, slowly roll through the spine to come up. Arms lifting, palms touch. Exhale to fold. Inhale halfway. Exhale, move back, flow or not. Making your way to dog pose. Pausing once you're back in dog pose. From your downward facing dog, left leg rises. Exhale the foot through. Inhale, crescent lunge, grab the right wrist. Exhale, side bend left. Inhale to center, hands to heart. Exhale, hook the elbow and twist. Stay for an extra breath. Then turn to face the floor, hands to heart center. Remember, we're keeping that left knee bent as we launch, and make it a little wobbly, as we launch the right leg, warrior 3 variation. And then slowly straighten the leg as you bring the fingertips to the floor and come into a standing split. Right foot touches down. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale and fold. Bending the knees, roll through the spine. Last iteration of this, lift the arms. And exhale and fold. Inhale, halfway, rise. Take the feet back, flow through, or come to dog pose and stay. Then from dog pose, right leg rises. Exhale the foot through. Inhale, crescent lunge. Catch the left wrist as you side bend right. Inhale, hands to heart. Exhale, twist and hook. Take an extra breath. Turning to face the floor, hands to heart. Variation warrior 3. Again, folding into a standing split. You can, if you'd like, take hold of the back of the right ankle or heel to pull in a little closer. Then, you guys, we're going to bend the left knee. We're going to bend the right knee. We're going to bring the left knee through. Carefully catch the left big toe. Might be a wobbly lift, but come up to balance. And stay there or straighten the left leg. Hands to hips as you reach the left leg out, point the toes. Belly in and up. Shoulders back. Lower the left foot to meet the right. Then just stand for a moment in Tadasana. Nice neutral spine. Feeling the restoration of equilibrium. Taking a few breaths here while things come back to center. And then once again, feet hip distance or right together. Inhale, lift the arms, look up. And fold as you exhale. Halfway rise as you inhale. Move back through chaturanga or knees down, or simply shortcut your way to dog pose. Taking a moment in dog pose. Left leg rises, breathe in. Step the foot through, breathe out. Crescent lunge, breathe in, grab the right wrist, side bend to the left, breathe out. Back to center, hands to heart, breathe in. Twist and hook, breathe out, stay for the extra breath. Turn to face the floor, coming into Warrior 3 with the left knee bent. Shifting and straightening the leg as you come into a standing split. And grab the foot if you'd like, or the ankle or the heel. Then bending the left knee and bending the right knee, very important to get the leg through. Transfer your weight. I got a little bit of a hamstring injury here, so if that's hurting for you, kind of catch the foot about halfway up. Make your way to standing. Restoring your balance by powering up the straight leg. Nice strong lift through the spine, straighten the leg. Releasing hands to hips, point the toes without leaning back. And then lower the right foot to meet the left. Separate the feet. Come down into a squatting position. As you drop the hips low, use the elbows to press the knees wide. And then from squatting, straighten out the legs and turn the feet so they're parallel again. Tuck your hands all the way beneath the feet. From here, knees can be bent or straight, but toes should come all the way up to the creases of your wrists. Lift your chest. Either stay there or fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Get your feet out from under the hands. And we're going to step the left leg back for lizard pose. Planting the hands, back leg straight for a moment, and then drop the knee to the floor. You can stay there, or you can come onto your forearms. And from here, on the hand or the forearm, we'll twist open, taking the right arm back, bend the knee. Whether or not you grab the knee, reach the hand and the foot as if they're, or grab the foot rather, reach them as if they're magnetically drawn to one another. If you can catch the foot, gently draw the heel in as you roll the shoulder open and lean back. Release back to the center, two hands to the floor, turn the back toes under. Then hop the back foot forward, dropping back into a squat. And hands to the floor, right foot steps back. Tap your right knee to the floor. Either stay on your hands or work your way down onto your forearms. Then on either your right hand or your right forearm, open the left arm back and bend your right knee. Again, remember, even if you don't bind, move the hand and the foot towards one another. If you can catch the foot, gently draw the heel back toward the outer hip as you
Roll your chest open and lean back a bit. Releasing the foot, 2 hands to the floor. This time, step your left knee back. Come into dog pose. And from dog pose, drop to your knees. Take either extended child's pose with the arms out in front, or you can fold the arms by your sides. Drop your forehead to the floor. And then as you lift your head, swing your feet around. You could sit on a blanket here. I didn't have us get blankets near the top of class, so you could also sit on a block if you find that, you kind of fall back into your lower back. Then sit up on something. And then bend the right knee and cross the right foot to the outside of your left leg. Hook your left elbow around the knee, right hand behind you, twist open to the right. Turn back to center, and then fold the right knee over the left, so you're sort of in half Gomukhasana. 2 knees are stacked, and then carefully come forward. You could just have hands on the floor. If it's available, you could take hold of the foot, and if it's not straining anywhere, you can pull and bring your chin over the front knee. And then lifting your head, rise on up out, straighten both legs, bend the left knee, cross the left foot outside your right leg. Hook the elbow around the knee, take the hand behind you, lift and twist open to the left. Turning back to center, fold the left knee on top of the right. Again, hands may come to the floor. They may take some part of your right leg, or if it's available, you can take hold of the foot, very gently pulling yourself forward so the chin drops in front of the top knee. Lifting your head, come all the way back up and out, straighten both legs, staff pose. And now in your staff pose, keep the chest well lifted, but drop your chin a little bit. And then lifting your head, take the hands forward, maybe using a strap, maybe some part of your legs. Maybe you can reach to the feet. If you can reach to the feet, interlace your fingers at the bottoms of your feet. Lift your chest as you breathe in. Very slowly begin to fold as you breathe out. As you're folding, you're lengthening the spine. You're pulling the head forward, going really, really slowly. Like you had all the time in the world to find this pose, Paschimottanasana. Still moving very, very slowly, begin to rise up out of the forward bend. Sit again in staff pose and just kind of sense, notice, feel how things are, particularly in the back. And then we'll come all the way onto the back and take the hands underneath your upper thighs. Press the elbows down, dome your chest, and come to the very top of your head, light touch. Top of the head to the floor, throat and upper chest wide open in fish pose, legs active and grounded.
Lifting your head to slide the head back out. Free your hands from underneath your body. And bend both knees up for bridge pose. As you set up for bridge pose, bring the hands alongside your body, the palms pressing into the floor. Get the upper arms and shoulders a little bit underneath you so you feel a kind of preparatory lift through the chest. And then press and rise, bridge pose. Release and come down. Press and rise, bridge pose. Release and come down. We'll go up one more time and stay. So you can keep the arms just as they are, or you can interlace the hands underneath you to get a little more lift. And in either case, really pressing down into the upper arms, really pressing into the feet. And releasing the hands, slowly release your body back to the floor. Take a couple breaths here. And then bring your right ankle over your left knee, lift the legs into figure 4, interlacing the hands at the back of the knee. You're welcome to shift a little bit to the left, to the right. And then hold. Releasing the clasp, bring the right knee in front of the left. Catch either your shins or, if you can, your feet. And draw the heels toward the outer hips. Squeeze and hug the legs together. Releasing the feet, take the arms wide. Take the knees over to your left side. Again, if you'd like, rest your left hand on the outer right thigh. Turn your head right. Come back to the center, uncross the legs, and bringing your left ankle over your right, interlace the hands back behind. Shift a little bit and then hold. Releasing the clasp of the hands, bring the left knee in front of the right. Catch the feet if you can, or the shins. Hug the legs together. Arms wide. Release the knees over to your right side. Bring your right hand somewhere on the outside of your left leg. Turn your head left. Coming back up to center, plant both feet. Take a moment just to feel the back kind of settle. And then we'll take happy baby pose, reaching for the outer edges of the feet, drawing the knees toward the floor. You can here too, if you'd like, shift one knee and then the other toward the floor as you rock across your lower back. And then pause and hold. Releasing the feet, hug the knees to your chest. Releasing your feet to the floor, take a moment, just resting your hands gently on your lower belly, letting your eyes soften, close. And begin to feel that process of unwinding your body, of releasing effort.
And then when you're ready, stretch your legs out on the floor, arrange your arms, add any props or clothing. Set yourself up for a nice long Shavasana. You can hit stop on the video so that it doesn't continue or jump to another video. And take a nice long Shavasana. Thanks so much, everybody. Namaste.